my channel Whisk and Mix. Today, Easter being round the corner, I decided to do something nice and simple. Hope you and your family enjoy it together. Today we're going to make traditional hot cross buns. And for that we need milk 300 ml, butter 50 grams, flour 500 grams, sugar 75 grams, salt 1 teaspoon, egg 1 number, dry yeast 7 grams, 1 teaspoon of cinnamon powder, 75 grams of dried raisins, and a bit of oil. So you start by warming up your milk, 300 ml of milk, and add butter to it. Mix it all together. Once the butter is all melted, I would leave this on the side to bring it back to room temperature. Now you take your flour, add your salt, sugar and yeast together. So we're mixing all these dry ingredients together. Now you make a little well in the middle with your spoon and start gradually adding in the butter and milk which we warmed before. Do it in parts so that you don't form big lumps. Keep bringing it all together. It will all come together once it's all mixed nicely. Thing you add is egg. So 1 egg. And mix it all again till the egg incorporates into the dough. Give it a good mix till you feel that the egg has completely incorporated. As you can see, this is right now a very sticky dough, but once you keep kneading, it will turn into a nice soft pliable dough. You sprinkle a bit of flour on the surface and bring your dough onto the table. Try and take as much as you can from the bowl. Don't leave anything over there. And start kneading the dough. You see, at this moment it's a very wet dough, but as and when you keep kneading it, it will turn into a soft pliable dough. So after 5 minutes of kneading the dough, you see it's nice and pliable. Yeah, you just make sure you do it this way. You hold the dough with one hand and you stretch it with the other. Yeah, just like I'm doing. In this form, the gluten activates, yeah, and helps the dough to become pliable. Once you've done this, and as you see it's all come together, you take your pot, and you oil it. Oil it up all so that when you put the dough, it does not stick and it's easily removable after an hour of resting. So now you're going to take this dough, you're going to leave it in this. Once you placed it, cover it with cling film and leave it to proof for an hour in a warm place. So while the dough is proving for an hour, what we'll do in the meantime is just take some sultanas, the sultanas which we had in the beginning of the recipe. I've soaked them in normal plain warm water so that the dryness of the sultana goes away and it absorbs some moisture. So while cooking it, it does not burn out completely. So I've just literally put some warm water, left it for some time. Once this is done, we're going to drain this water off squeeze as much as the water we can take out from the sultanas and then add it to the proving dough. So as you can see, the sultanas have picked up all the moisture and they have blown up a bit. The next thing we do is we take the dough which we had kept for resting for almost an hour. This is how it looks after an hour. It's almost doubled in size. We'll take this off on the table and then get it into small portions. So you sprinkle some flour and you take the dough which was resting for an hour onto the table. See how easily it's come out because we had oiled the bowl. You just give it a little press so that all the incorporated air comes out, and you take your sultanas and just pack it in. 1 teaspoon of cinnamon. Now I like my cinnamon to be a little crunched and not too fine, but you can choose yours how you want it. Get all this together. Again, just give it a good knead so that all the sultanas and cinnamons blend together with the dough. Again, you follow the same technique as I showed you before. You hold the dough with one hand and knead it with the other. Try and pull it. Even if it breaks, don't worry. Once nicely flattened, you can take a little bit of flour if you feel it's a bit sticky. Like for me, I'm feeling a bit sticky down, so I don't want it to stick. So you can just sprinkle some flour on the table and you just flatten it out. And I've just taken a small cutter over here where I'm going to cut it so that I get good even portions, or like that. If you want, you can break it with your hand as well and get equal portions, equal weight if possible, so that the cooking goes fine. Now that I've portioned them out in 12 equal sizes, what I would do is I would try and tug all these sultanas inside rather than letting them come off, and then you just roll it into a nice ball, yeah, like I'm doing. You can see all the sultanas. So you know, when you're baking it, the sultanas don't burn and you still have the sultanas inside. So you just tug it in, then just shape it into a nice round bowl like that. You can see there's a lovely aroma of cinnamon coming out, which will also be a great one when baked off nicely. So once you have shaped all of them, as you can see here, I've done them. All you need to do is just lay them on the greaseproof paper like that, all of them, and then leave it to rest. Try and keep good distance among them so that it helps them proof. I've got exactly 12 here nicely done up. So now I'm going to cover this up and leave it to rest for another hour and let it proof for another hour. Then we start baking. So I've taken over here 5 tablespoons of flour along with a very small amount of milk and turned it into like a runny batter, as you can see in the video. This is just to go over the hot cross buns, crisscross, as this is a traditional thing to just crisscross the buns. So we're going to put this in the piping bag and then pipe it out on top of the hot cross buns crisscross. We're going to take the clean film off, and now we're going to, so this is how you pipe it out. I'm piping it right now So this is one way, and once I've done one way, I'll be doing the other way around. So now we've crisscrossed all of them with the batter, and we'll bake them at 200 degrees centigrade, 7 on the gas mark, for 20 minutes. And once it's baked, you'll have the nice golden brown color on top. So here I have made a little syrupy liquid with honey and apricot jam. So apricot jam and honey, I've mixed it together, and I've strained out the chunky bits and just left the juicy bits, which will be glazed over the top of the hot cross buns. Now, as you can see, I'm going to brush them up nicely over here. Nice juicy looking hot cross buns. So you take each one and brush them up nicely with the sweet apricot and honey syrup. Not only does it give a good sweet taste to it, but also a nice shiny texture to it. Nice glaze. And do it while it is warm, because it's easy to do, and then the sugar also from the apricot jam sticks on, and that's what gives it a nice looking glaze. So as I'm just doing the last one, once this is done, I would just recommend you to leave it for a while and just let it cool down a bit. Once it's cooled, you can nicely take a couple of them, cut them in half, and enjoy it with butter, or even have it plain, to be honest. So there we are. We got some lovely hot cross buns ready, which can be eaten plain because it's got the nice glaze on top, or you can have it warm with butter. A perfect way to start your Easter. Hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please like, subscribe to my channel, which is Whisk and Mix, and hope to see many more videos like this coming across your way. Nice and simple. Happy Easter to you and your family. Goodbye.